The usual. The huge.
The regular yak.
Mm-hmm. Right. The one where they would put in an Incredible Hulk. I never had that one. Never had that. Maybe I have, because I did have Incredible Hulk once. And that was my last time.
That's it.
First and last?
It just took once. Because it's Alizé and Hennessy.
No, that's Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Oh, that's right.
Alizé and Hennessy is a thug passion. And that goes back to the Tupac days.
You gotta have your thug passion. Who don't want a thug passion? Huh? Who don't? And just the name Thug Passion just... First of all, let me say this. Culturally, Black people can make up some names for some drinks.
Yep.
Other cultures would be like, okay, so we'll have a tequila sunrise. We will have a...
Which you can see in the glass. Right. Why it's called tequila sunrise.
We have a tequila... We have a rum Mai Tai. We have a Moscow Mule. Black people, we got Thug Passion.
Right. And the Incredible Hulk. And I don't know who named an adios motherfucker.
Right. That's another one.
I do remember those.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know we love using Spanish and something.
We're going to knock it in there with a little English.
Right.
Welcome to another episode of Odd Pairing Podcast. I am your host, Natasha, and this is my co-host, Paige. Paige is in the building. And guys, today we have, we got a lot going on today. I feel like it's super cold.
Well, we
in San Diego.
are in sweaters.
Yes.
We don't wear sweaters often.
We don't wear sweaters often. I gotta have like a little, at least a little wrist out. You know what I mean? But now I just want it all in. I can't.
Nice and
I
cozy.
can't do any of this. All right. So today, guys, we have. Remember, I was telling you guys that we was gonna start doing friends and family community type of podcasting with us and just understanding where everybody else's thoughts are on alcohol and adult beverages and how they feel about it, what they think about it. What's the trend? What's not the trend? And today, we have my good friend, Brittney Caldwell.
Hey.
How's it going?
Thanks for being here.
Good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So let me say a little intro about you that I read up. She's from San Diego, California, and is an actor, not actress. She corrected me, and you could tell her why. And she's an actor and playwright who has performed in over 30 plays. That's a lot of lines to memorize.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
They're not still in here, though. Don't worry.
Right. She is an equity actor? Mm-hmm. Okay, she's an equity actor with the MFA. What is MFA?
It's a Master of Fine Arts.
Oh.
So it's actually a terminal degree. So there is no PhD in acting. An MFA is the furthest you can go. So they treat it like a PhD. So it was a time.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And you got this at the University of Florida. Mm-hmm. And so you could find her play on FromColoredToBlack.org. Okay, the one that you wrote. So, hi, Brittney.
Hey. Thank you for the warm introduction. I'm glad to be here with y'all.
Yeah. And so the way we met is very interesting.
Yeah.
You want to tell the people how we met?
Yeah. Super interesting. So, sometimes your friends will match you up on a date, right?
Oh.
Like, that they say that's the best way to meet your mate, right? Well, my brother and I are super close, and he actually met her first. Mm-hmm. And she didn't have a work relationship that they could make together. Mm-hmm. But he texted me, he said, "Hey, B, you got a moment?" And he said, I just met this girl, and she's not really good for the business, but I think you guys would be really good friends. And I was like, okay.
Looking out for you.
So he sends me her number, and we text and just set a meeting, and we go to lunch. And I was like, oh my gosh, my brother's right.
Instant.
instant connection. Like,
amazing.
we sat in this restaurant and never stopped running our mouths for like 2.5 hours straight, went to a store, got some crystals, did all kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
We made an outing right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
connection.
Yeah.
So your friends and family can match you with friends
They
too.
sure can. They sure can. Because I remember when I had the meeting with him, and him and I was on Zoom, and he was trying to run his like business idea and everything, and I was like, whoa, I don't understand. I don't understand what you got going on here. But you seem like a cool dude. And he was like, you know what? You and my sister have the same personality. Y'all should definitely get together. And I was like, yeah, hook it up, bro. I'm good with it. We definitely can do this.
And that's how you know we're similar, because only people like us would be open to that.
Yeah.
What you mean? She got a similar personality.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, we met that way, and it was match made in heaven, literally. And you're right. Just us being open to that is what made it work.
Yeah.
Because I think any other time, I would say maybe about 10 years ago, somebody would have been like, you can meet my sister and y'all will be a great match. I've been like, well, do I look like a friendless? Yeah. Do I look friendless to you? You know, but it worked, and we've been hanging out ever since.
For sure. And I would have been the same way, because like I have a solid group of friends that I've been friends with since high school, with a couple of additions in undergrad, and it's pretty much been us. You know, if I got a new person, it's not because I'm not like open to it, but I made them on my own. Right. So if my brother would have tried to give me somebody before, it'd be like, who you think I am?
Yeah, I don't need your
I
help.
don't need you to give me nobody, but I love her. So I'm really glad you gave her.
It's definitely been a pleasure. So I definitely wanted you to come on the show, and then we're gonna talk drinks and how drinks are in the community, pretty much.
Yeah.
So how's your week been? Let's go over your week a little bit.
Okay, so my week has been actually pretty dope. I've been taking a little baby break from acting, more in my mind. I just finished my last show at the end of October, so it really hasn't been that long. But in my mind, I'm taking a break, right? Yeah. But I have this very small window of time before I start some new activities, and I got some information from a casting department at the Alliance Theater in Atlanta. I've been working on this relationship with them, but in other shows, so I haven't been able to, act on that relationship. Sent me something to audition for, and I was like, I'm gonna just read it. Read it like, dang, this is really good. But I put it off because I'm like, I don't know if I can make that work right now, you know? They realized I hadn't submitted my audition tape. And of course it was on purpose, but I get a call from the casting assistant, and she's like, hey, this is Brittney. I mean, this is Asada. And all I just said was, Asada, I'll do it. I'll make the video. She was like, do you need till tonight or early in the morning? Because we really want you. And it's a big deal, because that just does not happen, especially if you haven't worked with people before. Yeah. You can get offered a part in something because there's somebody you know. I just did a general audition for them last year, and it felt really good. Yeah. Especially from this perceived break, right? So my avoidance technique is sleep. So I was like, I'm gonna do it, and passed out. But I finally got up, and, I started learning the lines, and, I did the thing. It was about 11 o'clock when I was finished, but I submitted it, and I felt good about it. And, I woke up in the morning, and I was like, I'm going to Atlanta, right? Booked a flight, didn't get the call or anything yet. About 2 hours later, I get the email saying that they wanted me. But it was such a beautiful moment for so many reasons, because the material really touched me, and that's kind of why I was trying to put some distance between myself and the material. This would have been the first opportunity I had in the perfect amount of time. It's a very short thing. It's just a staged reading. But it helps me establish the relationship that I want with that theater. Right. It's in the time frame. And you just never know who's rooting for you when you cancel yourself out? And I needed that reminder.
Ooh, that's good.
It was big.
Yeah.
So, that was just yesterday, and I just been floating on that, that high off of that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That is a good week.
That's a wonderful
Really good week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here I was just like, oh, I finally got the dog to sit. I don't know. And you got all of these things.
We got to take our wins. Tiny wins count too.
Right. Because good God, if I tell him to sit one more time. Yeah, so today we're going to today's theme, because we asked Brittney what it was that she wanted to drink. Mm-hmm. And she said rum. So we're going to have a little rum today.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So what we have in the front of us is rum and Coke, but it's Malhat rum. And they're a local here in San Diego, over in Miramar. Yeah, Miramar. And they have, we're going to taste it today. First, we're going to taste like a shot of it, just like a little taster kind of see.
We're not taking shots.
Right. Okay. Maybe for you.
I mean, you can if that's how you like to drink your rum. That's fine.
I'm drinking rum. No, just kidding. But yeah, we're going to kind of taste it just to kind of see what's going on here with it. And Malhat, maybe you can come on and let us know.
Hang out. Yeah.
How you guys made this, what's behind the label, what's going on here, and see what's going on.
Do you drink rum straight?
No, I always drink rum and Cokes. However, I always taste it first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if it's a new rum, I'm always going to do this.
Yeah. All right, so let's cheers and get a little taste here. That's rum.
That's rum.
That's rum.
That's nice.
That's
It's smooth.
rum. Yeah.
It is. It has a really beautiful scent as you go in. It smells really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A lot of rums don't give you that. So that's a quality that would make me want to taste it, right? Some rums can come off really, really harsh.
And wow, that fills up your entire mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just had just a little bit on my tongue and my whole mouth was filled. Wow. That's amazing.
Over there. It was a good taste.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tasted rum
Like straight
like that.
Yeah.
It's usually always in some sort of mixed drink or cocktail or something.
Well, that's the reason why we got this show, so we could do this.
Yeah, so we can have a lot of firsts.
Yeah. So Malhat is, and they have a really cool bottle too. I like the way that their bottle is done, because when I was looking at the other bottles, like in the store, everybody's rum bottle is long. Mm-hmm. And that was the one, because I didn't even think that was rum.
Out.
Yeah. I just kind of walked over. I said, oh, this is rum too, because everybody else's bottle was long, skinny, in a way. So theirs really stood out. They have a light one and a dark one. So yeah, I think Malhat is doing it. And we're going to have a little taster of them again, because they have combined themselves with a past guest.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Yep.
So while we're going to have our Malhat and Coke as we just get into the episode, but let's talk a little bit about some things, and we're going to kind of ask you some questions, and it's just going around, and don't hold too much pressure on it. Just do your thing at that point.
I do what I can.
Just do your thing. We know that your favorite beverage is rum and Coke, but why?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So I come from a really open family, and my stepmom, she used to drink rum and Cokes. It was her thing. She'd have Bacardi was her thing, and Coke, and she'd always have a little cherry in there. It was her maybe twice a week thing. And from a young age, she would just let us have a sip.
Oh.
Here's a sip.
Love it.
Right? So
Healthy.
we would look for we'd be on a rotation though.
Yeah.
Right? So it was
What?
But that's how I grew to love rum and Cokes. Not that I didn't try other things, but That's
There's
just
probably a comfort to it.
there is. It's a little
Yeah.
bit of nostalgia.
Yeah.
And just as I got older, even if I drank other things, rum, tequila, vodka, like they were fine, but
didn't give
my
you that.
palate always matched with rum.
That's how it is, though.
I think it's because I'm a tropical people, so
Yeah.
you know.
Because, rum is from the Caribbean, so that makes sense on, if you feel
Right.
like you connect to it in that way.
And it makes me feel like I should do that.
Right.
Then you should drink it all the time.
Right. That's exactly what it should feel like. Yeah. I never asked you, what is your favorite drink?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't I like bourbon, actually. So like bourbons and whiskeys. So I like mules. I think is probably one of my favorite. Like a bourbon mule instead of a Moscow mule. So
Why is that?
I like the ginger in it. So there's like a refreshing component, but then the bourbon, even though the ginger flavor is sharp, the bourbon still provides you like that warmth.
Yeah. I know
That
what you mean.
bourbon
I felt it in
does.
my chest. Just you said
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So where vodka, doesn't give you warmth. So I like bourbon mules.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I always feel like people who drink bourbon. You have to say it like that.
Exactly.
And they're really strong.
Because I
Bourbon.
almost had the urge to sing Tennessee Whiskey as she was talking about
Oh.
it. I felt it it was almost like Chris was just in my spirit, and I was like, "Is that you?
It's coming up.
Right.
Coming up.
Chris, chill.
Right.
Not now.
You just
Not
did your
now.
thing at the Super Bowl. Knock it off."
He did. And we watched it.
Yeah.
That's probably the only part of the Super Bowl we watched.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Rihanna, but we were like, dang, he is killing this.
He killed that national anthem. He really did that. I was really. I always knew he was a good singer because I have him on my own. He's in my playlist, but he just took it to another level. I was like, oh, I gotta go
he's
back
fantastic.
and just listen to some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super talented.
So I think we kind of hit on this.
Wait, well, what's your
yours?
favorite drink?
Oh, doesn't everyone know it's tequila?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I know, it's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have talked
I
about
talk
that.
about tequila at least once.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
episode.
you hadn't yet. So there it is.
Yeah, right.
But the favorite way to drink it.
Oh, my favorite way to drink it is, people out there gonna judge. At the same time, I usually like it straight with just ice.
But remember what we learned about the differences between the three?
Yeah.
It has to do with the aging
True.
of it. Which ones do you like to drink the most on only on ice? Because would you drink, the white or the silver
On ice?
on ice?
Yes.
Oh, you drink it all on ice. Okay, all right.
Tequila goes on ice.
Yeah.
If it's smooth, it's on ice.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Oh, what would you like to have, ma'am? A tequila ice, thanks.
And that's it.
But I am very, I don't do, mid and bottom shelf anymore. It's mostly, you're going to catch me at the top. I'm going to be like, what y'all got up there? Whatever you have at the top, that's what I'm taking. Yeah, I don't really do it at the bottom anymore. Jose Cuervo, I don't do Jose like I used to. Jose
Yeah,
was
he's a friend.
he used to be. I used to take him
Yeah, the
everywhere I went.
BFFs.
Somebody had a party, I was like, I'm bringing Jose, just so you know. Me and Jose going to be there.
That's how it was all through college and even now as an adult because nobody drinks rum. So I always have my bottle with me.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I was somewhere and somebody, I was with a bunch of Caribbean people and rum was there. But normally it's always going to be either, especially in California, tequila, or there's going to be vodka.
Vodka, they love
Because
vodka.
everybody
out
going to
here.
have a vodka there for the, it's like
It's like 0 calories.
That's why.
that's because it's water. Remember? In Russia, it's water.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And then what's another staple spirit that would be there?
Well, depending on the crowd you're with, there's going to be some Hennessy.
For sure. In our culture, Hennessy is going to be there. Straight. Ready.
I don't think I've ever had Hennessy.
You know what? I never had the regular Hennessy. I've only had the white one because someone went to, I want to say like Jamaica or something and came back and brung white Hennessy. And I was like, all right, let me just try it. But I never did the one, the cream label. The usual.
The regular yak.
Right. The one where they would put in an Incredible Hulk. I never had that one. Never had that. Maybe I have, because I did have Incredible Hulk once. And that was my last time.
That's it.
First and last?
It just took once. Because it's Alizé and Hennessy.
No, that's Hypnotic and Hennessy.
Oh, that's right.
Alizé and Hennessy is a thug passion. And
That's
that
it.
goes back to the Tupac days.
You gotta have your thug passion. Who don't want a thug passion? Huh? Who don't? And just the name Thug Passion just. First of all, let me say this. Culturally, Black people can make up some names for some drinks.
Yep.
Other cultures would be like, okay, so we'll have a tequila sunrise. We will have a...
Which you can see in the glass. Why it's called tequila sunrise.
We have a tequila. We have a rum Mai Tai. We have a Moscow Mule. Black people, we got Thug Passion.
Right. And the Incredible Hulk.
And
I don't know who named an adios motherfucker.
right. That's another one.
I do remember those.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know we love using Spanish and something.
We're going to knock it in there with a little English.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's like what's so cool about us like naming drinks. And we know that that's us naming them drinks. It's going to stick out.
Yeah.
No hiding it.
None.
No.
Come on, the people you know going, oh, you know what, let me. So I went to this interesting garden party and I had a thug
Garden party?
I had a thug
my
passion. Just, it was something about that thug passion that just took me. And we was later on the golf course.
There was Alizé.
Yeah.
And there was yak in it.
Yes. And
cognac.
right.
Not yak's milk.
Right. Right.
Oh
so yeah, this is just we are a very colorful bunch of people, and I love us to death just because we make things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So going back to, you told us a little bit about like your stepmother was the one who she would have her rum and coke and have everybody lined up. I think that's kind of mom gonna be. Line up so you can get a little bit of this, just to kind of see.
I want to, train your palate a
I
little
want
bit.
to train your palate. Yeah, let's just put a little hair on your chest early.
Yeah.
That's a amazing way to do it because did anyone, let's just put it this way, did anyone in that lineup become an alcoholic later on?
Actually, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's weird because I'm the youngest, but I think that was more like it was more mental health that needed to be treated and was ignored.
There we go.
You understand?
Yeah.
And now
There's a big difference.
Now we know that, right? And we
Then
know
an addictive gene, right?
Yeah, I think that it was just that. It was a coping mechanism, and then he joined the Navy, and then that didn't help.
Drink like a sailor.
Yeah.
That's our thing.
But he's 3 years sober, so it's
Good.
cool.
Yeah.
Good.
But for me, it did train me to have a responsible relationship with alcohol. I was the only one that left and went to college. And when I went to college, I didn't have to go crazy because I had already been exposed.
Right.
Like, okay,
It wasn't
it's
this
just
taboo thing that you've never experienced before.
I didn't need to just go ham because I was away from my parents. You know what I mean? So I was never the college girl that was slumped over at the party or nobody needed to drag me out. Not in college.
You did that later.
Yeah.
Like my birthday last year. Right.
But you know what I mean? But so I don't know if it was good or bad. I think that it's based on the temperament of your children, and I think it would have happened anyway.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For that particular sibling.
Well, I'm glad he's sober.
We've talked to some other people about that, and it does seem like the relationship with alcohol at like a younger age and with the exposure where it's not like a taboo thing to have a sip, or like I remember I think I was in like 7th grade or something, and I was at some event, and we had a German exchange student, and so they drink when they're, they can start drinking when they're 18. And she was like, made me a mimosa or something. And I was younger, and then my mom found out, and it was like this huge, how could you do blah, blah, blah. It's like alcohol was this thing that you weren't supposed to have like at all if you were underage. And I don't think that was like the healthiest way to see or view alcohol.
True.
And that's like, oh, this is this thing that you need to stay away from and whatever. And then all of a sudden you magically turn 21 and you're supposed to have a responsible relationship with it. Right. It's like we're not really setting up our kids to have healthy or our society to have healthy relationships with, a drug. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
It's funny.
So I was just looking at the twist on it too, because your mom yelled at you for having this drink with her, and then you end up in the beer industry. See, that's what I'm talking about.
My mom said the other day too, she was just like, I was telling her about some work stuff. She's like, I do not understand how, of all of my kids, that my only daughter was the one that ended up in the beer industry. And my dad said, your grandfather would be proud.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned like their drinking age is 18. Growing up in San Diego, though, is one of those cities where it's not really 21. Because when we were growing up, we used to go to TJ.
True.
And as soon as you're 18, you go to TJ, and that was a place you could act completely crazy and drink all the liquor you wanted. So it really wasn't smart for parents to try to block their children from everything, because you go to TJ, you're going to see everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go
in a different country.
Yes. Right. Literally over the border.
Yeah.
You're just crossing this little imaginary line, and you're going right over there, and the rules have completely changed.
Yeah. And you don't know what they are.
Exactly.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
But you know that the drinking age is 18.
And you know, you get a wristband, and for $10 you can drink all night.
Oh,
wait, what?
Yeah, so that's
really?
That's how it was. I don't know what it's like now, because my grown self would not do it.
Right.
You're
like,
we were living on the edge. They would give us a wristband, and you'd go up these stairs, and they had the bar, and you say, "Oh, can I have a pink panties?" They pick this is like
a what?
Pink panties.
No.
Oh, you don't know what a pink panties?
No.
Is this another one of those things?
Oh, what?
Oh,
apparently I'm very sheltered.
okay.
I'm gonna have to make you one.
What is it?
You know what? We're gonna have somebody make one on the show. It's like
pink lemonade.
Yeah.
But the concentrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know what liquor.
I mean, they've elevated it now. Like it's elevated now. I want to say it's vodka.
Probably.
I think it's vodka. Yeah. But yeah, it's like those two. But they've elevated it now to where you can order it in a bar now.
Huh.
Yeah, you can order pink panties in a bar.
It's not just a hood classic.
No, it's not a hood classic anymore. It's out. It's out and about. It's out and about. Now that when people can have at the garden party, yes, could you interest me in a pink panty?
Yes, a pink panty.
Yes. He's like, no, dear, it's pink underwear. No, I think it's pink panties.
Oh my God. They should do like a festival with all of the different cocktails.
Yes.
And then,
Huh.
that would be great.
But it's sweet. I think that's why I'm not into them like I used to be, because it's like too sweet now. But yeah.
But like, so they'd have it in a gallon container.
Oh.
Like the milk is gone now, they're going to fill it up with these pink panties. They pour it in a cup, right? You walk off. You come back, you're like, you know what? Now I'm ready for a sex on the beach. They pick up that same pink container, pour it in a cup. So we didn't know what we were drinking out there.
It was all the same drink.
It's all the same. It was all the same, all in these gallon containers. So
yeah.
even there, yes, I drank a lot there, but I still didn't take it over the limit to where, I was getting taken to the jail in Tijuana.
Right. Yeah. Because, I mean, it is. It's knowing what the responsibility is. And I think for myself, I probably never went there as like just always drinking all the time, because I don't like the way I feel once I get to like that drunk level. I'm like, I need to go lay down. This is it. It's over. Like the party's over. We're done. Call my Uber. I'm out of here. Like that's how it is.
And I need to be able to get home.
Yeah, and I need to be able to get home. And I think, even, with our drinking story that we had together, for me, I'm on alert like that sometimes. So for me, I can never really, especially when I'm out, I can never really get drunk, because I'm always thinking about if shit go down, I need to be ready. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm at home, you got to drag me to the bed.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you got to, by my foot, just drag me onto the bed. Like I can do that. I'm comfortable in my house or whatever. If somebody come in and they decide to rob me that day, they got me, because I'm drinking. You know what I mean? But if I'm out and about, I never really like kind of thought about it in that way, because I'm like always like, I need to make sure I'm good. Don't want my guard to go down, because there's so many things, especially happen to women, that I'm just like, I wish you would. Like, I'm even watching my friends. I'm like, y'all enjoy yourselves.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? Because I all of that, and I just don't want to put myself, not to say that, for one, people need to control themselves in terms of how they handle like other, women and like all of this. But at the same time, I'm like, don't try it. If you see me out there, don't try it. Okay? I'm not the one or the two. Paige to tell you. But I never really could like relax when I'm out.
So what's your threshold? Like, how many drinks to where you start to feel?
Oh, we talked about this. So I think for wine, I could do a whole bottle, and I still can karate chop you in the face. Yeah. For some reason, wine doesn't hit me, metabolize the way. Like tequila, I would say tequila is probably 3 shots of tequila. Like, like a nice, like not a 1 ounce, but like maybe like a 2 ounce.
Like a real shot.
Yeah, like a real, like
a real
hearty.
Yeah.
3 of those and I'm finished. I'm like, that's my limit. We're good. I don't need to do any more or whatever. And then I'm starting to get into like, because I drink Trulies when we had the Super Bowl thing, and I probably can drink a case of Trulies.
Truly.
Yeah, it's just 5 Truly.
Truly, I can drink a whole case of Truly.
Yeah.
And so, so because they're, such a low content of alcohol, they don't really get me the way that everything else does. But
and so much of it depends on food too. Like,
True.
I feel like it does. I mean, there's a big difference if you're drinking
on an empty stomach,
a light stomach versus something that.
Okay, can you eat and then drink with the intention of being buzzed?
Takes more.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit more.
Can you?
So if I'm drinking with the intention of like kind of being litty in the city, I'm going to eat the lowest amount possible.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to mix. Like, I don't like to have like even close to a full stomach while drinking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like having, I think I'm the opposite, because I'm like, I don't want it to like hit me too fast or something, where if I don't have too much in my stomach, then I'm like, oh man, well, here I am, and
right.
And then we're
It's off
done.
to the races.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I drink with Coca-Cola and it makes you kind of full.
Oh, carbonation.
I don't like
sure.
the way that mixes. So
Yeah.
No, give me a couple of bites and then let me pour up my cup.
Yeah.
That's it.
Girl, the Coke, once I burped it, I'm like, all right, it's another one coming. That's it. I'm like a baby. It's like it just deflates my stomach, and then I'm just like, oh, well, here we are. Let's go. We can do more. So.
I just made some room.
Right, I just made room. Well, bloating, right? It makes logical sense in my head of that's what's happening, but yeah. So let's think about the alcohol consumption in family. What role does alcohol consumption play in your family?
What role does it play? I think that it's shifted over the years. You know what I mean? Me and my siblings, we used to get together and get lit. You know what I mean? Together. And that was always super fun until it wasn't with our brother. That
I struggle with it.
Yeah. So that changes things, especially, you grow older. My siblings all have kids now.
Yeah.
So it's funny because like we went with this up, down, and now we're kind of finding our way again with alcohol because we took some time to respect our brother who was not drinking.
Right.
We wouldn't drink around him.
Yeah.
And we didn't want him to feel excluded because that's something we used to all do together.
Right, right.
And now it's just like we will be celebrating something. We often will, have a couple of shots together. And like, that's the thing now. Not like a whole day of like
Out
crazy,
Yeah.
because the kids are there and they're going to have to drive home and
Right.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
Other
one of
things
the
to think
parents is
about.
not
Yeah.
drinking,
Yep.
you know what I mean? So it's still something that we can do together. I wouldn't say it's something that brings us together, but we do enjoy doing it together.
Yeah. 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 That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is anyway, I think, with me and friends. Like that first came together with alcohol. When you first like have those friends and you meet them at other alcoholic events. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is like how it is. So you think that every time you get together,
that you need to do
that's
that.
something that you have to do. And then after a while, life starts to happen. Now everybody got kids and businesses and, they part of the community, like big people in the community. So at the same time, it's like, oh, we can't go out and get like plastered like we used to.
Yeah.
It's more of like,
Yeah.
now it's more like that. It's the same kind of thing. But now everybody's kind of finding their way of like, you know what? Let's have a Halloween party and then throw some favorite drinks in there.
Right.
And then kind of go from there. And, and that's where it kind of comes back to that. Like, now everybody's kind of finding their groove with it. Yeah.
I want to mention something you just said, because another friend and I were having this conversation about your friends that you drink with and finding out either you do have a relationship outside of alcohol or you don't.
Right.
Right? Like, who are my friends that I can actually just go to dinner with or I can just sit in the house with?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Without alcohol. And, I didn't drink for 5 months. So I found out.
Right.
Ooh, yeah.
Another friend, she's just taking a break and we are still able to hang out. And that was a big revelation for her. Like,
Yep.
well, me and Britt are actually friends. We're not just drinking buddies.
As fun as it is to, to have like a drinking buddy at the same time, it is good to find out who your friends are when you're on a sabbatical.
Right.
Yeah, the connection is beyond the intoxication.
Exactly. And I think, and that's where that piece of it too is being okay with people who are not drinking around you and not peer pressuring them into or making them feel weird because they're not drinking. And then also the opposite. If you're a person that doesn't drink, don't make everybody else feel weird for drinking. Because there's people out there that's like that too as well. Like they'll just switch it up on you and they'll be like, well, I don't drink. I don't put that poison in my body. And I'm like, but
Don't need the judgment.
But you get Botox every week. Now knock it off.
Right. They're the worst.
Get your poison somewhere else.
Get your poison somewhere else. So, like, I think that there needs to be a mutual, like, understanding and grace for both parties. Now, I will say this. At this big age that I am now, I'm not doing, like, super lit people anymore. Like, if I have to carry you out, that's the last time I'm carrying you out. If I have to carry you and put you in an Uber, that's the last time I'm doing it. Because at this big age, why? You don't have nothing to do in the morning? You don't have nowhere to be? Remember we talked about this in terms of like at this age now, it's hard for us to recover.
Yeah.
So if you out getting super, super litty and I have to put you into a vehicle or escort you into the house, come on. Now if you're at your own house and you do that, you're at your own house. I ain't got to carry you nowhere. I ain't got to do nothing. You're at your own house. Do your thing, right?
Right, but out and about.
Right. Why would you put us all into that predicament? Now we're worrying about you because you falling all over the place and at the bar.
And it changes the experience for everybody else too.
Exactly.
And you're embarrassing me in front of all of my friends.
All of my friends.
These people that I don't know, all of them. You're
all of my
embarrassing
friends.
me in front of all of my friends.
Right. Exactly.
Potential friends.
Right. And that's what sometimes happens. And I think that, that there's that catch-22 with it, because at the same time, even if we all drinking, still control your alcohol. Because like I said, I got shit to do in the morning.
Facts.
I don't care if tomorrow is Sunday. Sunday my self-care day. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Right.
So I can't sit up here with you and babysit you for another hour. It's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be a no.
Hard no.
Hard no.
Hard pass.
Yes.
And doesn't it seem like those people who get too lit, they always get too lit too early? Like, I wasn't done. I'm still having fun.
Now my right is done because of you.
Exactly. Like, now the party's done because now
You ruined it.
First of all, you was drinking before we got here. How? You don't want to drink with friends? How does this even work? You talking about the pregame to the pregame. What is going on here? That's my whole thing. So I think that piece of it, that's how I know, like, I'm like, okay, I'm at the age where I really have to choose, like, people I drink with. And as soon, there's a judgment. You can call it judgment if you want to. As soon as I get
Spidey
there.
sense.
Yeah. As soon as I get there and you already lit, and it started at 12 and it's only 12:02 and you already fail. This, matter of fact, at 12:30 I'm out.
Yeah.
Y'all got it?
Yeah.
Y'all got it from here. Like I said, especially if it's not your birthday, you are not finna get this. I've seen people get drunk on other people's birthday. I have such a hard problem with that. Why are you litter than a birthday person?
This wasn't even your day to be drug up out of here. You got one day a year, and this ain't it.
That's me. I get so, I don't know why it, like, maybe because somebody did it to me, and I ended up having to take care of them on my birthday.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Like, whose birthday is it really? And so when I see it happen to other people on their birthdays, I'm bothered. How dare you? The audacity. The audacity. But yeah. Anyway, don't get drunk on other people's birthday. Rude. You want to ask the next one?
Yeah. What's your opinion on the age of drinking?
I don't really care. I'm so grown now.
Right.
I don't really care. I think that that's something that could be determined in people's homes. I also think, you know what, now that I think about it, I do kind of have an opinion about it. If I can go to the military and be a grown-up and die for this country, maybe I should be able to legally have a drink.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, like, 21 being so arbitrary.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden at 21, or I don't know, even any drinking age, like, all of a sudden you put a number on it and you are magically
I feel it.
in a mind space to have alcohol or whatever, or physically, or what, I don't know.
Girl, I just be like, they need to knock it off. They really do. I agree with you in terms of, like, bringing it into the home, let the home decide. At the same time,
But there are, like,
Don't have
homes
any-
that don't have healthy
have any-
relationships with alcohol,
True.
too, that children still need to be protected, and, you know, so I guess we can't leave it all up to the home, right?
but you can. You still can. Because you know what? It's not our responsibility to manage everyone and everything. Now, let's take alcohol out the situation, right? Let's just completely take it out the situation. You have other things that parents will allow their kids to do that maybe another parent don't think that is okay, right? Because we say, oh, if you're not vaccinating your child, then why would you let this? And I'm like, it's these people's kids. They can do whatever they want to with their kids. At the same time, I do get it in terms of the safety. Yes, keeping the kids safe. But how am I supposed to manage the safety and just alcohol if I can't even help you manage it with abuse?
Right.
or I can't even help you manage it with. Because if that's the case, everybody's a potential abuser.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So are we supposed to say, oh, it's a certain age you start beating on your kids? No.
No.
You know? Like, think about that. Like, I feel like it's the same way. It's like this thought process that we have to put ages on things to make it to where it's legal in that way, because I feel the same way in terms of like the military. If you could put a gun in my hand at 18, and I could take a loan out for a whole car at 18.
Yeah.
Or school.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about money, and you got me taking out hundreds, thousands in student loans, but I can't pick my own drink.
Right.
Knock it off.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to see the consequences of my drinking tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
The consequences from them student loans.
I won't see the 4 or 5 years later trying to buy a house, and they like, hey, so there's $200K here on your student loans. What is it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I signed that in one
Such
day.
a big
It took me
number.
1 day to sign that. And now all of a sudden, and I could do that at 18?
You know I didn't read that promissory note.
I did.
They were all them letters.
And they're going to send me 30 emails about it. They're going to send me 30 emails about it.
Like,
I'm not going to read it.
Financial literacy at 18.
For sure. And those student loans, without the proper training or education on them, which most of us did not get, it's like they must be fine because everybody's doing it.
Exactly.
It must be fine.
Yeah. Car loans, student loans, any of the, Well, it's the only way to have access to that type of education.
Yep.
Is to do that. So if you want that for yourself,
and that's wild,
then you have to take the risk.
Yeah.
Or take out the loan in order to further your education. And how messed up is that?
So taking it back. Alcohol, let it be discretion of the household. If they have an unhealthy relationship with it, I'm a therapist, come see me. You know what I mean? This
Just a plug.
Keep me drunk. Keep me employed. That's all I gotta say. You know, not to say that everybody to be out there just doing willy-nilly with the drinking. But if you happen to have an unhealthy habit with it, I know a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
They can help you right on out. Yeah.
And it's you.
Right. I got some other friends too. They need some, I totally agree with that in terms of like that piece of it with the age.
This podcast is brought to you by YourInsurancePlace.com. Owning a business is hard work. You put your blood, sweat, and tears into it every single day. You need a partner who understands the ins and outs of insuring small to medium-sized businesses. For over 40 years, our California Property and Casualty Insurance Agency has insured businesses just like yours. We've seen it all, and we've learned a thing or two about what it takes to keep your business protected. That's why we offer free policy assessments. We'll take a look at your policy and let you know if there are any gaps in your coverage. Let us help you to protect what you've worked so hard to build. YourInsurancePlace.com.
Hello, friends. I'm Joe Samo. I'm an attorney in San Diego, and I'm the host of Run It By My Lawyer. It's a great podcast where you will learn a lot about the law, and it is very entertaining, if I say so myself. And you could get it for free anywhere you get your podcasts, and you could follow us on Instagram at Run It By My Lawyer.
The Film Hub is the future of co-working in downtown Vista. Get energized in an inspiring work environment that is built for your success. With multiple membership options for workspace and private offices, you can become a part of our co-working community. The Film Hub makes it easier to produce the professional content your business needs. From video production, live streams, photo shoots, or in-person events, you can create all this and more in our audio and video facilities. Love your work and where you accomplish it. The Film Hub.
What has been your ethical considerations or beliefs around alcohol or adult beverages?
I don't know that I've considered any ethical considerations. Like what?
Like, let's say, for example, like religious beliefs some people might have around alcohol, or traditions people might have around alcohol.
Yeah. My traditions around alcohol is drink it.
Facts. If it's wet, it's going down. That's all.
If this is a time for us to laugh, drink it. If we were crying,
We're drinking
drink it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's a celebratory thing in either way.
And just to clear that up, I don't believe in using alcohol as a coping mechanism. I actually won't drink if I'm sad.
Me neither.
Because alcohol is fun to me. Like
Same.
I enjoy my time. I love to laugh. I laugh a lot in real life, and I laugh a lot when I'm drinking. So I just don't want alcohol to be ruined if I drink during a sad moment and I feel that feeling and can't laugh at the same time. So I just don't take a chance in ruining it.
I like that. Yeah.
What about like stress or, because that's not always a sad thing, but the people are like, I need a drink.
I need a drink.
I need a drink. Come home from
At the
work
end
and
of
you're
the
like,
day.
ugh. Let's,
Not so much for me.
yeah.
I recognized the other day that I didn't get into the grown-up glass of wine at the end of the day, every day thing. I don't know when I realized, like, most of my friends who drink do drink pretty much every day. Again, it's celebratory. It's fun for me. And I have a lot of reasons to have fun and celebrate, but it's not, that never was my thing. I'm not finding a reason to drink at the end of the day. And it's not my like, I really needed to get this. It's more like, yes, I get to go out with my friends and I'm going to drink. So it's together, right?
Yeah.
But I still enjoy going out with my friends, even if I'm not drinking, if I'm on a sabbatical or, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I would say mine is like up and down.
What do you mean?
Like there's been times where I think anytime I try a new drink, then I'm like, ooh, I think I'm gonna have this tomorrow too when I get off work. And then I might have another one when I get off work again. But still, it's not like a sad time. It's just like, I kind of like this. Let me see how this feels in the evening.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like use it. And then I quit cold turkey. And then that'll be the end of that. Then I move on to something else.
And then you find another good drink.
Then I find another good drink. But it's not to say that I'm drinking that immediately. Like I've never found it to where I was drinking every single day.
Yeah.
Because like I think us doing this podcast, the first season, we was drinking and I realized I was like, whoa, we drinking on Wednesdays. And it's even though
I have work tomorrow.
Yeah, like I got shit to do. And so when we were off, like before we came into recording season 2, I didn't drink at all. It was like at that time, I'm just like, I'm going to pause because I know it's going to start back up on the Wednesdays. And that'll be like my drinking day. Because even when we leave here and we decide that we want to, just go and have like dinner or something, then we enjoy more drinks. And I'm like, I'm good for the week.
Right.
Yep.
Do you find that there's been points in your life where there were people who did drink more often and you drank more often with them?
I'd say, yeah. I mean, I think like in college, that was a time when people were drinking more often because they were first time on their own type of thing. And so they felt like they had more control.
Yeah.
And I think it was a connection thing. And that's how people were meeting through alcohol.
Yep.
And then also like even at like post-college, it was, you're in with roommates and whether, you're just like more social in that way. And so, and depending on how their drinking habits were, if I was living with them, it's like, yeah, I'll drink with you, because they were already doing it.
Right.
But I think there were probably situations or people I lived with that I wouldn't necessarily drink like that on my own. And the reason I did drink the way I did was because I was living with that person or, around them more often, or even working in the restaurant industry. That was another thing of like, after you get off your shift, everyone's drinking and going out afterwards. And like, that wouldn't, and that's late at night because it's the end of a, night shift. But yeah.
Yeah, I found myself doing that when I was in the Navy. Because I'm like, we're It ain't like I had homework or any kind of like major responsibilities.
Like, what are you going to do after?
Yeah,
anyways?
like what are we going to do? So we will all go out to the same little part outside of the base and we'll have drinks. And then I told you the story in terms of like what we'll do is we'll have these drinks and we'll be drinking. And then we'll go to like the sun will be rising. And we go back to work. Smelling like, because you know you can just burp
Start
real good.
sweating it out.
And you can smell it. Yeah. And even though we didn't took a shower, it's still, now we working, right? So you like hard working. And you can smell it. And I'm like, is that the vodka from last night? Yeah, it is. And so we'll go and then I get off work because we get off at like 10 a.m. So I only go for work for like 3 hours. Get off at like 10 a.m. Go sleep it off, and then we'd do it right back again. But because I was hanging out with them, it wasn't like I was like a drinker. Like it was like, oh yeah, no, I'm jonesing for a drink. We gotta go like drink. It was like, oh, they was like, oh, let's go out. And I was like, well, I ain't got nothing to do. Ain't like I gotta study for my job or nothing. Let's just go out. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
And then go out, start all over again. And never did that ever since. It was never like a thing for me in terms of like just drinking every night, like pounding them back. But still, didn't get drunk because we had one friend that didn't know how to handle theirs. So there I was babysitting. And see, that's probably why I don't have kids today. Because I nurtured somebody else's kids for a very long time. And their mama owe me a paycheck.
Bye.
Because I had to keep your kid safe.
Alive.
And with a job.
They still in.
Wow.
Yeah. They doing their thing now.
Gonna retire.
Still in. Yeah. I'm the
all because of you.
I'm the reason why your kids safe. So I'm gonna get into this next one. And then we have like a little trivia about rum. And we're gonna see what you kind of know about it.
Nothing.
Like I drink it.
Life made it around the Caribbean Sea.
Right, that's it.
That was one of the questions.
Right. So name only 3 ingredients you think you would create a unique and fun drink. Yeah. Just 3 ingredients. What would they be?
Vanilla Coke.
Okay.
Coconut rum.
Okay.
And rum.
Okay. What would you call it?
Captain Morgan Silver Spice rum. Actually.
Yes.
It would be called a Saira. Saira.
Oh.
Like air with an S in the front and A at the end.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
You've thought about this.
Yes. Yeah. Sarah's my alter ego, and that's her signature drink. And
love it.
Yeah, that's what promotes the shift from Brittney to Sarah. It's that drink right there.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like air with an S in the front and an A at the end because she flow like the wind.
Yes.
She's gone.
Come on now, Sarah.
I love that.
Right. Oh, that's a good way to do it.
I never knew it was only 3 ingredients until just now.
And that's it.
You're ready for that question.
Right.
Wild. It's like I've been waiting.
Like fumbling over here, like trying to think of 3 ingredients, and you're like killing it.
It's like, no, that's 5.
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
What do you? Here's another good one. What do you think is the most overrated type of alcohol?
The Cirocs.
Yeah. P. Diddy. I might come for you later, but right now, bro, I'm struggling with the Cirocs.
Yeah. They got so popular so fast. And that's, like, I don't understand trendy liquor, right? And the reason why I don't understand trendy liquor is because, like, we all have a palate that, things are agreeable or not. So just because you like this artist that came out with some liquor, now all of a sudden you love this vodka?
Right.
Really?
Right.
It's okay.
Right. But that's what we talk about sometimes in terms of like
it's
quality.
The power of influence,
right?
though.
It is.
Yeah. You know what? I was drinking with one of my favorite, very famous R&B artists. Mm-hmm. And we were in a, like this hotel lounge that was for the famous people.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Like it be.
Yeah. And everything was free.
Mm-hmm.
I could have ordered anything. I still ordered rum and Coke. I'm not going to switch it up just because I'm here with you and I can have any of these liquors. Yeah. I don't want them. I don't like the way they taste.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to enjoy my rum and Coke more.
Yeah.
So,
but since I'm here with you, let me get that top one. Let me get that top.
I don't want that rum.
Right. I'll take
the croissant. It's a croissant. Nothing.
As soon as the bartender come up, what would you like? What is your most expensive rum? Yeah, just add a dash of Coke to that. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And if I don't discover I like that, I won't drink that either. Just take me back to the old trustees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so Ciroc is your overrated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, before we get into the drinking story, because we got to hear like one of your craziest nights, what your drinking story is. Let me ask you these questions. So I brought up a few questions about rum, and I'm going to give you multiple choice. Okay.
Sure.
So
okay.
You don't have to know these right off the dome. And we'll just see where your knowledge is. And actually, before that, I want Paige to talk about Juneshine, which we had them on our last season.
We had them in season 1. Chris came and hung out with us, and this was one of the cocktails that he shared with us. So it's 2 shots of rum, sparkling water, pineapple juice, coconut, orange, cherry, and lime. So it's their tropical rum Mai Tai. Canned, beautiful artwork. 10%. So when we were talking about doing rum today, I was like, oh, this is another local San Diego company, and they use Malhat rum, which we're drinking in our rum and Cokes. And that's what they use in here. Yeah. And so, I thought it would be fun to bring them back.
Yeah, so we'll let you taste a little bit of this. Cool. Okay. Juneshine is one of our favorites. It's got coconut,
which you like.
I do.
Because I really like the way that they decorate their cans. I absolutely love it.
Thanks.
And no sugar added. Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's tropical.
Very tropical.
That's tropical right there. Is that, what kind of, is that cream?
Tropical Mai Tai.
Oh, the orange. It almost tastes like orange cream a little bit.
Take that little bit of cherry.
Yeah.
Tiny bit. I guess you wouldn't really think cherry well, I guess, I don't know.
I don't think cherry when I think of Mai Tai.
Or
either.
tropical.
I think tropical.
Cherry.
Not cherry.
Cherry and tropical.
Cherry and tropical.
Together. Do you think of it together or no?
I don't think
Even I was just thinking, the reason I stepped back because I'm like, the garnish on so many tropical, but they're like the maraschino cherries. They're like fake cherries. Yeah. They're not real cherries.
So is grenadine supposed to be cherry flavored? Well then yes.
Yeah, but we all don't think it's cherry.
No.
And maraschino cherries, we don't think those are cherries either.
No,
it's not like cherry, like cherry pie.
Yeah.
Right.
Cherry, it's very different. But yeah.
I like this because it feels like, it doesn't feel like you're drinking.
That's the danger.
Good and bad.
That's the great
good
thing.
and dangerous.
That's the great thing about Juneshine. And the dangerous thing about Juneshine.
Yeah, it gives you
they make it so good that you sometimes forget.
Yeah, it feels like fizzy juice.
I'm just having a little soda here.
Put this on ice.
Yeah.
Throw it in an umbrella. You are.
And I love a good umbrella.
Maraschino cherries.
Yeah, right. Don't forget the cherries.
All right. So
Okay.
we have our little trivia questions about rum. Let's see how much your knowledge of what you never know how much you probably have
until you get asked.
till you
You
get
don't
asked.
know what you know.
Okay.
You don't know what
This
you
one
don't
might
know.
this one might be you might knock this one out the park. What is the origin of rum? Is it A, Caribbean, B, India, C, Africa?
I'm going to go with Caribbean.
Wouldn't it have been wild
Out
if
of the
it was
park.
Africa?
Out of the park.
It would have been wild if it was India.
Yeah.
Like, wow. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's Caribbean, it's African.
True. This is facts. Okay. What is the process called to make rum? Is it A, distillation, B, fermentation, C, oxidation?
It's distilled.
Okay. Yay, you got
Correct.
it. All right. Here we go. It's getting a little harder now.
Those are just easy to build up your confidence.
Right. Just to let you know, okay? You might get this one too. What are the primary ingredients used to make rum?
Sugar cane.
Is it A?
It's multiple choice.
Right. Let me give you the choices first before you say it out loud on camera. Is it A, wheat and honey? Is it B, molasses and yeast? Is it C, grain and yeast?
Molasses and yeast.
That's correct. It's molasses and
Sugar
yeast.
cane wasn't one of the options.
Right.
Sugar cane.
Right. They took the sugar cane and then they
Made
made it to more of a liquid and then browned it and burnt it and then boom.
Here we go.
Right.
There it is.
Molasses and then rum.
Right. Which I found interesting that it had yeast in there. I would have never thought that. But okay. The next question. What is the difference between white and dark rum? A, white rum is aged for a shorter time and has a lighter, crispier taste. B, dark rum is aged for a longer time and has a bolder, spicier taste. Or C, white rum is made with molasses and dark rum is made with honey.
B. It's both. It's all of them.
It's A. A white rum is aged for a shorter time and has a lighter, crispier taste.
But B is it's aged for a longer time and has a bolder, spicier taste.
True.
That was a trick question because that's true. Because isn't that the opposite?
Yes,
Huh.
it is the opposite.
So you tricked me.
I didn't.
All right. It's A.
A and B.
It might be. I think that both of them is aged for. I think it's the way they're made, in terms of what goes in it. Whether it's the molasses or the honey, because I think it's the opposite.
What?
Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't that be? Wait, wouldn't that be it?
No, we're talking about the aging question.
I think it's either A or
and
B.
Didn't I say both of them?
You said B, and she said the answer was A. I don't think it has anything to do with the molasses or the honey. I think it has to do with the right. That's what we're talking about. How long it's aged that's kind of like tequila.
Oh, true.
Right.
Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy?
I was
Because
thinking
they
because I was thinking about the color and not about the age. That's what it was. I was thinking about the color. Never mind.
We literally had this conversation.
We did.
And I'm like, I've literally been to rum factories, and this is true.
We did.
I
Okay.
know this answer.
This
Got
one
it.
is actually, I know this.
Got it.
Oh my gosh.
So
that was
A
wrong.
and B?
I was wrong. It was A and B.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's actually A, but I think B is also could go.
It sounds correct.
Yeah.
And
Bolder,
at this point, we're
spicier.
going to say it's fine.
Yeah. for everyone's sake,
That's
even
awesome.
mine. All right, number 5, last one. Which of the following is not a type of rum? A, overproof rum. B, white rum. C, coffee rum.
C.
That's correct. Coffee rum. I would have never thought.
Damn,
that
she got them
rum
all.
had 'em. Yeah.
Good job.
I
You
guess
did a
I know
really good
little
job.
bit
You
about
do
rum.
know your rum.
You know your rums.
All right.
What rum factory did you go to?
I went to the Mount Gay Rum Factory in Barbados.
How was it?
I was trying to think of other ones I've been to, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
We're done with that part. Moving on. We don't really care.
I wasn't trying to cut you off from it. I just wanted to know what that one was like.
It was cool. But more than anything, it gave me an appreciation for the process. And I like their rum, like if I'm feeling like I want to do something a little different, because they have a rum that is not quite light and it's not quite dark. It's like somewhere in the middle. It looks gold. It looks like a tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's still really smooth, and I still will drink that out and about sometimes. Yeah. But I love the process. Plus, if you've never been to Barbados, the people of Barbados are just like really dope. Like,
I've never been.
I've never been either.
I've been 3 times. It's the only place that I've like,
Gone back.
Frequent
yeah. Like,
flyer.
When you going that far, in Barbados is super far. Like, it's super far from like when you fly out of Miami. It's still like another 3.5 hour flight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's far.
Wow.
But it's special. It's a special island. They always like talk about how it's made of like coral. It's a coral island. But the people there are just super friendly, very kind, and they like really welcome you to their island. They enjoy having the visitors, and they have a lot of pride in their island. So they were prideful about their rum too.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense when I think about when I've seen where Rihanna goes back.
Yeah.
And she just walks around. Like no one's making a big deal, but they also enjoy that she's there.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. That sounds like Barbados would be one of those type places that does that.
Yeah. It's tiny. So you can go there and feel like you have family there. Because you can get around the whole island in like 3 hours.
Oh. Like Singapore.
Yeah, it's small.
Singapore is less, I think. I think you can get around the whole island of Singapore in like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tiny. It's like going up to LA from San Diego. Like, it's nothing.
Yep, you could do the whole thing
Wow.
and back if you want.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. I mean, I think, when you said 3 hours, I was like, damn, that's long.
Yeah.
But at the same, because I maybe
Yeah.
because I've been to places where it's shorter. But yeah, wow.
Yeah. Small places with big heart, Because like I never knew Singapore was like that small.
Oh yeah, it's small.
Wow.
It is. It's tiny. That's why it costs so much to have a car there. Because they're like, stop bringing these cars. We can't fit them. We're done. We're finished. Matter of fact, we're gonna mark it up 400%.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Just to deter people.
Like if you're middle class, even upper middle class, you can't afford a car there. Because there's so much money. Because they got to import the car. So then there's the import, and then the import tax, and then road tax, and then all these other taxes.
But
so
they
by
probably
the time
have a public transportation system that's actually sufficient
so cheap
and efficient.
Yes. I remember like riding a taxi was, I want to say it cost me a week to ride in a taxi would be maybe $30
Oh, wow.
to ride in a taxi a week.
That's crazy.
And don't even talk about like their subway. Even less.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And clean, right?
Clean.
Super clean.
Even the taxis were, superb. You don't even have to touch the door. They'll open the door for you. Like they don't get out and open it. They got a button. Boop. Door pops open. You get in. They close the door. You don't have to even touch it. Same thing with the trunk. They don't even get out. Put your shit in the
I
trunk.
want those buttons in my car.
Exactly. Same thing
I
I
don't
said.
have buttons like that.
Same thing I said. I just need that button.
I
Open
need
the
some
door.
special buttons.
Right. Now, you know what? Matter of fact, I don't need that because I still need Armando to walk around, open the door, let me in.
Oh, that's so
And I
sweet.
get in like this. And then he shut the door. And then walk on back around the car. See, if I do that,
That's
I take
real
away his
cute.
job.
That's real cute.
I take away his job.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
No.
That's
Where
why.
my man gonna work at? Right?
Yeah, because you pay him.
Crazy. And when else are you going to act like a citizen? Because that's the only time.
Exactly. Right. I just hop on in and just let them, and I'll be like, thank you.
So 20 seconds of the day that you behave. This is great. We need
After 20 seconds.
Only time. The only time. I'm waiting patiently. You come open the door. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's you.
And I do this at the window when you walk off. Thank you. All right, so we got your knowledge on rum. My favorite part of the show. Is this your favorite part of the show?
I do love it.
I love it too. I love hearing people's drinking stories.
Okay.
Give us a time. Just, it could be funny. It could be inspiring.
Beautiful, inspiring.
Yeah.
A
Something you
moment in
learn.
time that you have.
Or it
with-
could be your craziest.
yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, those
Those
are
are real fun. I mean, we'll take the inspirational one and stuff, but
yeah, we'll let you have that one.
like that cool like rum factory tour. But
How
you
did it
really
end?
want the craziest.
Right. How did it end?
Oh my gosh. You want to know what's so funny? Is like, I think all of my crazy drinking stories, I mean, I have some locally,
Yeah.
but the best ones were in Vegas. Like the ones that pop up for me were Vegas stories. Oh gosh. I have one that's kind of my favorite, but I'd have to omit so much of it.
That you can't tell it.
You got to use different names.
Yeah, just use different names.
Okay. I like that one. Well, I'll just preface the other two, give you guys tidbits. One
Okay.
was when my sister, when I threw her bachelorette party, the Hard Rock swim party. What was it called? I forget already. They don't have it anymore, but it used to be on Sundays. It was the swimming pool party.
Was it in San Diego?
No, in
Oh,
Vegas.
in Vegas. Oh, okay.
So anyway, we had a cabana and everything. We drank all day, and I was lit, and some people came up, like they were very friendly, but they actually kidnapped me for like an hour. And
Was it solicited or?
well, they acted like they were just gonna, get me some hydration, because I've been out there drinking all day.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, but like even though I was lit, I am not the friend, right, that you're gonna have to drag. So like even if I'm, I know what's going on, and after a while I was like, this is weird. You're gonna tell me
Weird. This is not supposed to be happening.
So like I found my way out of the Hard Rock, and my sister's like, where have you been? We lost you. I'm like, they kidnapped me and you let them take me.
Right.
But that's not the best one. Nor is
one.
Nor is the best one when me and my friends pretended to be the brides, because we realized like everybody has a great time on their bachelorette night. So we
Yes.
all got white outfits and we chose a night to wear the sash. And all weekend we kept saying, I've never worn a sash before. And the night that I was the
Yes.
bride,
Oh my
I
gosh,
got
I love
so drunk. People just kept buying me
Yeah.
shots and stuff like that.
Why would you not?
It was awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
An incredible idea.
So 2 bachelorette stories, but this is the best one. So I went to Vegas with a guy friend of mine. We had been friends for years, kind of like each other, but like never could like really make it do the thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's a few years older than me. So he was like not really wanting to party anymore. He was trying to gamble. And I'm like, we don't go to Vegas to gamble.
I'm not here to lose money. I'm
are
here to
you
spend
doing?
it and to drink.
So we went out one night, and he happened to see some girls he knew from Washington, D.C. And the next day, he didn't want to go out. I said, call those girls. I'm hanging out with them. And he did. So it was another match, right? And over the weekend, we started collecting all these girls who were just there. And we had this clique, right? And we were drinking all weekend. We was calling ourselves the Thick Clique, okay?
Oh my God.
wow, a name and everything.
All of them start to leave, and I'm the last one leaving on Monday, right? And one friend was left, and we're walking the strip, and we're drinking. And I was like, man, I gotta find people to hang out with when you guys leave, because he's being lame.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go find some guys and I'm going to make somebody take me to drinks later.
Right.
We go walking. I found 2 guys.
Not hard to do, right?
Cool.
Exactly.
So we make like an agreement to eat at P.F. Chang's in Planet Hollywood at a certain time. And I'm like, cool. So we leave. She flies away. I'm sad. I go to my hotel room to charge my cell phone for a little bit. And I have a thing. Whenever I'm in Vegas, my cell phone does not work. I don't know what happens. Service drops, battery will die. Like, it is a thing. It's just because I'm wild and free and don't need a phone, but it happens every single time.
But you do need a phone.
Right. So the phone just wouldn't charge. So it was time for me to meet the guys and I'm like, fine. So I already been pre-gaming all day. I just leave my phone in the room because P.F. Chang's is downstairs. I'm staying in Planet Hollywood. I get into the elevator and my favorite R&B singer is in the elevator. And I'm like, right. But this is my moment, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can I not waste it, but not be like a groupie? But I'm already kind of tipsy, right?
Right.
So I was like, hey. Like, hey, how you doing? It's like, good. You're coming to my city next month? It's like, oh yeah, where's your city? And I was living in Fresno at the time. And he was like, oh, that's what's up. And I was like, yeah. And my friend so-and-so is performing with you. These are all true things. And he was like, oh yeah, that's my boy. I was like, cool. Well, it's nice to meet you. That was good enough for me.
Yeah.
And then
That wasn't too groupie-ish.
no, I think I did it.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
I know.
he was like, who are you with? And then I turned on my acting skills because this was my moment. And I said,
Yeah.
I'm all alone.
Yes. Yes.
So he said, you want to come have a drink with us? He was with his friend. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You guys, those 2 guys were going to meet me down at P.F. Chang's.
You found someone
It did
better.
not matter. So he pushed a button on the elevator that I had never noticed before. It was like mezzanine. So we get out on this floor. It looks just like the lobby, except for there's no counters. We go across. We go into the Diamond Club. And now we're in here. And this is where I was talking about you can order literally anything.
Yeah.
It was the basketball playoffs, okay? I don't have a phone. I have no way to prove that I'm actually here. There's these huge screens with the basketball game on, and I am now drinking with my favorite R&B singer. And I'm like, what is happening, right?
It's real life.
Yeah, and if you're emotional, you get drunk faster.
Yeah.
It's just a known fact, right?
Yep.
And I remembered I had told my cousin to meet me at P.F. Chang's also, right? And I didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
So now I'm lit. I have no idea how much time has gone by. And I'm like, I'm supposed to meet my cousin. And he's like, oh, yeah? I was like, yeah. He was like, why don't you just call her and come back?
Sir.
Okay. So I walk out. I get into the hallway and I Jackie Joyner Kersey sprint to my room, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, cousin, did you leave yet? She's like, no. I was like, okay, I met so-and-so in the elevator. Don't come. She's like, oh, girl, have fun. Okay, bye. You guys, I leave my phone. I go back, I leave it. It's charged now, but I leave it. Go back down, run.
Wait a minute.
As soon as I get to the door, I stop. I'm like, wait, I can't be out of breath when I'm going there.
Right, you got to pull your shit together.
I see our server and I snatch her up. I said, hey, I know you don't know who that is, but that's so-and-so, and that's my favorite R&B singer, and I can't be any more drunk when you don't feed me any more drinks. She said, okay, what do you want? I don't know, coffee. She said, coffee with Bailey's. I was like, okay.
After you just said, I can't be any more drunk.
So I'm sitting here in this whirlwind of what is happening and drunk. The basketball games go off. So I know I've been there for several hours.
Right.
It is dark when I come out and I'm walking out and he grabs my hand and walks across this mezzanine with me. And I'm like,
Oh.
No, he would have had to carry me because I would have passed out.
listen,
Yeah.
Just take me.
When I got back to my room, I instantly called my best friends. And the only reason I know that happened for real is because when I called them the next day and was like, did I tell y'all a story about? They were like, girl, yeah, you was there all day. So that's probably my favorite drinking story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That's a good one.
I like it. I mean, all three of those were very good.
All Vegas. Everything in Vegas.
Wow.
I love that you said that when you was in the elevator, you was like, this is my moment. You know what?
I'm by myself.
Oh,
I'm all
everyone left me
Damsel.
detriment. Oh, how dare they? Yes, I love damsel.
You know, Mandy got to come save. Like, she's a damsel. Damn it. Yes, I am.
And I'm pretty sure he enjoyed himself with you because, like you said, you was like, I'm not trying to be a groupie, but I also just want to enjoy myself and have a good time.
Yeah. It was the best.
Yeah.
It was the best.
That's a good one.
And then you went to the show.
The next month. Yeah.
The next month.
And saw him. And he remembered me.
Oh. Well, of course, he spent several hours.
Right. But he like,
It would have been strange if you would have been like, and he would have looked at
Excuse.
security. I don't know what's happening downstairs.
That Vegas girl.
Man,
I was like, in my mind,
something's happening.
here's the rationale. Mm-hmm. It was a Monday when we were hanging out. He had been there since Thursday. You know, how many other girls did he have a great time in the Diamond Club with and changed their lives?
Forever.
Exactly. Because he definitely changed yours.
And after that, I was like, I hang out with celebrities. I am a celebrity.
I hang out with him all the time.
Chill out.
What do y'all have? Yeah, but thank you for sharing that story with us.
So good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Anything you have left before we close out
I think I'm good.
the episode? First of all, let me tell you
That was
something about this rum.
fantastic.
Let me tell you something about this rum before we close all the way out.
Oh yeah, clear that throat.
Let me clear it. I will say this is probably the most rum I've had in one single sitting.
Wow.
Ever?
Ever. Because I've always tasted it. I don't know what it was. Even in the beginning when I first started drinking, I was like, I'm not a rum person.
Even like Malibu, rum
Never.
and pineapple juice.
Because we'll tell you why I never had Malibu. Because I don't like coconut. So anything that had coconut type of thing, I never did.
I didn't realize that they had like flavored Malibus beyond like the normal one.
Yeah.
When I saw in the store, it was like passion fruit. I'm like, oh, you guys are infusing now. Cool.
And so thank you for opening me up to like having more rum in my, arsenal now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and Malhat. Hit us
Yeah, and
up.
we're gonna definitely have to try that, your 3-ingredient recipe.
We are.
For sure.
Say it one more time.
The recipe?
Yeah,
Captain Morgan Silver Spice, vanilla Coke, and a coconut rum.
got it.
Yep.
We're gonna try it. Call it
But
Sarah.
it's got to be like
AKA
Captain
Brittney.
Morgan or Bacardi coconut rum, because those other brands, they be trying to get too coconutty, and that's not for that drink. You know
that's
what
where
I
they
mean?
gonna
Because
turn
you're
me off
getting the
at.
sweetness from the vanilla Coke, right?
Right.
So you don't need.
You just need
like
the fake coconut flavor. You don't need real coconut flavor in it. You know, when,
too strong.
when there's like toasted coconut in it, it messes it up. Like, nah. Let's save that for another drink.
Yeah.
That's not for
Okay.
this one.
Nah.
We'll find another drink for it.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you first of all for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
you
This was
so
great.
much.
And spending some time and letting us have a little bit into your world on where your relationship with adult beverages is. You gave some very good insight, and I love a lot of your opinions. And thank you. And that story.
It's fantastic.
I appreciate
Loved it.
You guys ask questions that I haven't ever really thought about. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that too. I learned some stuff about myself.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a good relationship.
Yeah. That's the way it is. And so everyone, please, what all are things that they got to do?
We gotta like, follow, comment, share.
Oh, and remember,
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
I forgot
That's
that one.
right. And remember, we are calling for everyone to start submitting your drinking stories so that we can read them on air.
We want to read them on air. Yes.
So,
so
if
fun.
you have a very good drinking story, please. And if you need it to have a little twist on it, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I can do that too.
Yeah, any side notes, PS,
Right.
postscripts. Yeah.
And we're signing off, and this is Odd Pairing.
Out.
Thanks for listening and watching Odd Pairing. So please subscribe, like, rate,
and comment with your favorite drinking stories and curiosities about adult beverages. Cheers.
I'm going to happy hour. Who's driving?
Walk.